Two, it must be. Okay. All right, good evening. I'm going to call the August 26, 2025 meeting of the town board to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Present.
Councilmember Delarada.
Here.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Here.
Councilmember Brennan. Here. Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Here. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? We wish to respectfully acknowledge that Niskuna is on the traditional lands of the Kanien'kehá:ka and the Mohicannock peoples, past and present. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the peoples who have stewarded the land for generations. We do have two public hearings tonight. We're going to start with the airsoft guns. Will the clerk please call the first public hearing?
A public hearing regarding amendments to the town code that would prohibit possession and discharge of airsoft guns on public property.
Thank you. We'll now open the floor for anyone who would like to speak to the change in code.
I think that's what you mean by that. You can't shoot
Can
an
you-
air gun or.
Can you come up to the,
You can talk at the podium and ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you can hear me.
Oh, yeah, we were just for the folks.
for the folks that are home watching? Thank you.
What I'm asking about it is, what do you mean by an air gun? It's like a BB gun, a high-powered BB gun, a high-powered pellet gun? Are you not allowed to walk down the street with it? What is it that you're trying to do?
I don't have a definition for you, but I can tell you it's because there's a lot of people who are using fake guns and walking around as though they're real and they look really real. And we don't want somebody to get hurt walking around with a gun that is not real and maybe is perceived as real. So
So
we're
it,
copying the city of Schenectady's code and
so you
no, you can't walk around with a rifle.
but you can walk around with a bow and arrow.
I don't know. We would have to look at the code. I don't know the answer to that.
This conversation about you really don't have an answer again.
Would you like to, George?
No, I'm asking you, you're the supervisor. You're supposed to be running this town.
I think I answered your question.
No, you didn't answer my question because you said you don't know what you're doing.
You asked about a bow and arrow. That is not the.
No, I'm
content
talking
of this
about the air
public hearing.
guns too. You're talking about any kind of weapon, aren't you?
I don't think I can say anything that's going to satisfy your commentary, so I'm going to sit back.
Just answer the question.
did.
No, you didn't. When I asked you, are you talking about any high power or anything like you? Well, I do. Thank you.
I speak.
We spoke about this extensively in committee. This is Jordan Koshan, Chief of Police. We've had multiple instances nationwide. We've had multiple instances locally. We have people that are carrying around what appear to be replica weapons. There have been tragedies with both police officers, their families, and innocent lives that have been taken because people are now printing guns, taking guns that appear to be real weapons, bringing them in the community and making people unsafe because of it. By doing this town code, hopefully it gets passed, it will close that loophole and mirror what our neighboring jurisdictions, to include the city of Schenectady, are doing. Recently, we had a young person in a road rage incident pull what appeared to be a Glock handgun and point it at someone else. They were subsequently taken into custody in the city of Schenectady. This is something that happens more frequently than most people recognize in the town of Niskuna, and I think that for us to get back up to the times to make sure our community is safe, for not only our police agency, but our community at large, this is a really good decision to make.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak in reference to the public hearing? All right, with that will close public hearing 1, and will the clerk please call for public hearing 2?
A public hearing regarding the application for special use permit at 3900 State Street and the combination of 17 and 25 South Fagan Avenue.
At this time, we're actually going to hear a bit from the applicant. He's going to give a summary and the overview of the special use permit application so that we can have a little bit more information. We're not going to vote on it tonight. We'll have some time to look it over until the next vote.
Okay, Just try to give you the highlights here. Good evening, everyone. Ron Triers. I'm here from CHA Engineering, representing Matthews Auto Kia dealership, 3900 State Street. And what we're trying to do is combine parcels that Matthews Kia owns. So they own parcels, the main parcel at 3900 State Street. They also own 17, 25, and 33 South Fagan Avenue. And Matthews Kia is proposing to remove the house located at 17 South Fagan Ave, construct a new parking lot on parcels 17 and 25. 25 currently does not have a house on it, and a portion of 33 South Fagan Avenue. The home on 33 South Fagan Avenue will remain, and the parcel boundaries will be adjusted with a lot line adjustment. The proposed lot line adjustment conforms to the town of Niskuna zoning code for R2 zone and does not require any area variance. The proposed project with combining the parcels is to provide 97 new parking spaces for dealer inventory storage. There's a landscaping plan proposed to soften the impact of the parking lot. Privacy fence will be installed on mutual boundary with parcels on Amherst Avenue and 33 South Fagan to minimize visual impacts from adjacent properties. Concrete sidewalk will be installed from State Street to the terminus of the property boundary on 33 South Fagan for pedestrian movements there along Fagan. Street trees, additional landscaping is proposed for their lot across the street that they own at 4002 State Street also. New vehicle delivery area is proposed for the main site at 3900 State Street. So the trucks that are delivering the new cars to the dealership will be able to get off the street, unload in the parking lot now. So it'll be an enhancement to safety by getting those delivery trucks off the streets. And that's really it. It's really to combine the lots adjacent to the existing dealership, that the existing dealership already owns these lots, and to build a 97 car parking lot there to accommodate delivery of new vehicles. That's really it. And I can show you the plan. I'll hold it up here so you can see. You may have seen this. It is out there. We did solar, but a quick pass around here. So you get the 97 car lot is what this is about. And there will be some modifications within the existing lot to accommodate truck movements. I would have brought.
These plans are also available in the planning board packet, I believe from 2 meetings ago, and it might also be in the finance packet. But if you need the images, I'd be happy to send them to you.
So, property there, and they're combining the 2 lots into one, the size of 33, and then a 97 car parking lot. And traffic for the delivery truck will be able to come in off the Fagan circular back.
And that,
I have some questions on
to clarify, that would also require the demolition of an existing house, correct?
one house, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll open up the public hearing. Anyone who has comments pertaining to the Kia dealership changes can come up and speak now. Okay, it looks like we are all set, so we'll close the second public hearing. And we're going to move on to committee reports. We'll start with Police and Public Safety.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. Police and Public Safety Committee met on August 12th. Under operations, we talked about our dangerous dog agreement. We have our vendor, Montgomery County SPCA. Chief's trying to work with them to see if we can lower the retainer and increase the daily rate with them to see if we could save some money for reserving our right to bring our dangerous dogs there, but also not have it come out of our taxpayer money as much as possible. So he's negotiating that. By law, we have to have this in place, but we don't want our taxpayers affected as much as possible. Under fleet and equipment, we talked about getting electronic speed signs between St. David's and Onondaga area for traffic calming measures. We talked about our body worn camera server. We're looking to improve our backup server, and that would be through the LE Tech grant. For building, we are looking at our parking lot, looking for spaces to house our trailers. Ray Smith's assisting with this, and we're also looking to button up our access to keys and doors and the FAB access that people have, just to kind of make sure everyone has what they need. For training, we're doing department-wide training on de-escalation techniques. For town events, we have Coffee with a Cop every third Tuesday monthly with Chief Koshin. And on the 29th, we have it at the Niskayuna Target Starbucks. We talked about National Night Out. We thanked everyone, the volunteers, the public who came out. Lieutenant Frenier ran our police department area that night. And we did a special shout out to Officer Robinson for participating in the dunk tank. And he took one for the team, and the kids had a lot of fun with that. So thank you for being a good sport with that. We also discussed the Mohawk Hudson Marathon. That's October 12th. That will support that as we do every year. Under town clerks, we've discussed food trucks on town property events and discussed the permit process associated with that. We also talked about background check fees for peddlers in town. When we do the background checks, some are more expensive than others, depending if the person's coming from out of state. So we talked about making sure we're aligning the cost for that, so everyone's paying what they should pay for that and no one's picking up extra. For our court and town attorney, we talked about extreme risk protection order cases, unlicensed dogs, and bus patrol hearings that are ongoing. We talked about Supervisor Cassidy Dorian exploring hiring a FOIL officer because the requests are increasing. We talked about, for example, body cam footage could be a 7-hour alone FOIL. We talked about Supervisor Cassidy Dorian looking at apps that can help the public get information on their own instead of needing to do a FOIL request. And we talked about our fire department. Chief Barbiero actually came and talked about the car extraction he did at the National Night Out. He said it was a big success, and it kind of helped him understand that next year maybe he can move things around a little bit and make sure everyone can see it okay. And everyone really enjoyed that demonstration. For school district, we discussed the MOU that was ongoing at the time. Tonight, the school board did vote 7-0 to go ahead with the MOU for our SRO program. So tonight we'll be voting on our part of the MOU. For personnel, we are going to have a resolution to permanently appoint Police Officer Evan Pettis. Evan came to us from Saratoga Sheriff's Office, and he's done a great job, and we're excited to have him continue his great work here. We discussed our school crossing guard, Barb McIntosh. She was planning on retiring, and she's agreed to stay for one more year and get us through a little bit more of the school construction and helping kids get where they need to be safely. So thanks to Barb. You can see her with her Mickey Mouse glove and her Halloween candy for the kids. She's amazing. Under other, we have heard from the county that they have committed to us to do a traffic study on the county highway Council Road. So that will be coming up in the near future. And for resolutions, we have 6 tonight. We have the permanent appointment of a police officer, the purchase of a traffic trailer through the Burn Grant. We have our school resource officer MOU. We have appointing the crossing guard, We have body worn camera server equipment purchase through the LE Tech grant. And we had the public hearing already. So we had 5 resolutions, and we will be meeting again on September 4th at 3:30.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember Brennan. We'll move on to Highway and Community Programs.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. Highway Parks and Recreation, we met on August 7th here at Town Hall. We always start our meetings with the residents. They come, they may have comments, questions. We had a resident that lives over on Westmoreland by the Avon Crest Park that came to us and wanted to talk about putting up some possible birdhouses, some low mow areas, and removing some invasive species of growth in that area. So our highway superintendent will work on that with him. We have to be very sensitive. So while these may sound like all great ideas, these are people's yards or their backyards, and people sometimes don't like change. So we try to do these things in areas where the impact will be minimal to our residents. We have a low mow area right now in Blatnick Park, which is good for bird habitat. So that's worked out very well. So that's how we start our meetings. That's how we started the meeting in August. Then our superintendent of highways, Ray Smith, takes over at our meeting. We still have one position open in the highway parks department. So if you know anybody, we are still looking. We discussed some time donation. There's some individuals that may want to donate some time that they have accumulated to other employees. So our legal department is looking into that. We have contracts with our employees, so we're going to look in to see if that's going to be possible or not. We discussed sale of some surplus items. We did very well. We got about $35,000 in some surplus equipment that we sold, which was more than we had budgeted for. So that worked out very well. Our highway department, our staff there worked very hard to get as much money as they can for our equipment when we sell it in surplus. So great job by them. We had sort of an extensive conversation about some of our parks and the garbage in our parks. Our parks are carry in and carry out. And we do not have the resources to staff someone in every single park 24 hours a day. We just don't have that resources. And we've been finding that some people are using our parks and they are not carrying in and out of their garbage, and they're leaving things in the parks. So we're trying to work on possibly with our IT department on some cameras or putting up some more signage as deterrents and encouraging people to please carry in and carry out. Don't leave your garbage behind for other residents that might be using the park after you. That's not being a responsible citizen. So please, if you're using our parks, carry in, carry out. We'd appreciate that. We also talked about Lions Park, purchasing some tables and benches for Lions Park to make some upgrades there. We're going to be replacing some of the stuff that we have there, and that's going to spruce up that park a little bit. We discussed the basketball courts and the paving of the basketball courts in Blatnick and Avon Crest. Town hall repairs, we discussed that at our meeting, getting some repairs done here for our air conditioning compressors, moving forward with that. Our yard waste pickup for the fall, unfortunately, that's coming soon, so look for that schedule on the town website, and it'll probably be on the town Facebook about the fall schedule for pickup. Our paving is pretty much completed for this summer. I just want to thank everyone in the highway department and the water and sewer department. It's a big effort that all those employees put forth to make sure our roads are ready to be repaved. We check all our infrastructure underneath. We raise manholes. We fix drainage, take care of all that before our roads are paved. And thank you for the great work they've done on that. Painting of crosswalks, we're working on that now, trying to get some of that, quite a bit of that done before school starts. You may see some of our crews out there with a truck, a trailer. It's all set up for painting crosswalks. So they've been out doing a fantastic job with that. After that, we move on to our recreation and community programs. That's chaired by Lori Peretti, as of course you know. She's in charge of our community programs. Our pool closed on the 25th of this month. our summer program update. She reported on dance, frisbees, and others. Starting on September 6th, that's when fall soccer starts. As Councilmember Brennan said, our National Night Out was a fantastic event. Community programs was very involved in that, especially Courtney. I want to thank everyone for all the hard work they did. It was very successful, and it really is shows our community how much, everybody pitches in, and we can have a great event. Anybody that came to that really enjoyed it. Let's see, fall soccer, I already spoke about that. There's late registration for that. We spoke about an assistant coordinator of community programs. We're going to be making some changes in our community programs. That's sort of a position that's been empty, vacant for a while. So we're going to restructure and move some people into other positions for an assistant coordinator of community programs. Some resolutions, we have fall soccer, tennis instructors, and the acceptance of 2 grants for community programs. Then we move on to our senior programs update. That's Linda O'Brien reports on there. For the senior programs, I always encourage everyone to check their Facebook and their calendar. It lists all the events that they have going on down there at the senior center. Exercise programs, Alzheimer's support programs. The water aerobics is ended for the summer, the trips that they're taking, a lot of things that are going on there, grants that they've received, also travel programs that they've have with in conjunction with Colette Travel. So lots of stuff going on there with the senior programs. And our next meeting will be on September 4th at 8 a.m. here at Town Hall.
Thank you. We'll move on to economic development, historic preservation, and environmental conservation.
Thank you. As you know, we meet on the first Friday of every month. I'm happy to announce that we have a new member for the Zoning Board of Appeals. We're appointing a new member for an alternate on the ZBA, and we always need more people for the Zoning Board of Appeals. So hopefully they will keep coming in. And we are also have a new member on the Complete Streets Committee. Thomas Nicky, a local business owner, broken in, as well as a couple of other restaurants. Should be a good addition to the Complete Streets. And I'm sure he and Bill Chapman will have a lot to talk about. And John Daly will be the alternate on the Zoning Board of Appeals. I want to thank him and all of our other community activists that are members of these committees. I've been saying this for a long time, that most of the work that gets done here at the town is done in the committees. And the committees are really a good cross-section of our residents. They should be a good cross-section of our residents. So hopefully more of our residents will apply for those and volunteer for those and get their input, because their input is what makes this community a close-knit community. That being said, we also do a lot with grants. I have to thank all of our grant writers, including Miss Robertson, the Climate Smart Community Grant. I think Niskayuna is the lowest percentage of energy use for government operations by municipality here in New York State. We are under 1% and most are around 2%. So we do much better, very efficient as far as our energy use here. And that qualifies us for a lot of state grants that we've been able to obtain throughout the years, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth. So those will keep on keeping on, hopefully, and we will be climate smart. And our parks will continue to be climate smart as well. The Lions Park is really a beautiful park, and the towpath, the Mohawk towpath and scenic byway that's a part of that railroad really should be checked out by you folks if you haven't yet. It's a beautiful stretch along the river, and Lions Park really is in good shape. I want to thank Ray and the rest of our parks department on that. Thank you very much.
And water, sewer, and engineering.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. The Water, Sewer, and Engineering Committee met earlier this month on August 7th. And at our meeting, Superintendent of Water and Sewer, Matt Yetto, provided our committee with an update on some ongoing drainage issues in the area of Knott Street East and Van Antwerp Road, just down the street from Town Hall here. This is relative to the wetlands behind the library. And we've been working in partnership with property and maintenance managers of nearby residential complexes to address the grading of pavement and soil, which we believe is contributing to the drainage issues. We believe that the issue may have finally been mitigated, and we will continue to monitor that to ensure that water is flowing properly in this area. The River Road Water Main Replacement Project that I've reported on for the last several months continues to progress. The design is finally now nearing completion, and we look forward to breaking ground on that project as soon as we're able to secure funding. Regarding the water and sewer rate study that we're working on in partnership with Raftellus, there will be a meeting next Thursday, September 4th, to discuss what the study has showed thus far. A representative from Raftellus will be here to answer questions and discuss any issues. At the wastewater treatment plant, our organic waste program continues to expand. Most recently, Chobani has requested to increase their deliveries on a weekly basis, and they are now bringing us 12 trucks of waste per week. As such, we have temporarily suspended accepting fats, oils, and greases from our septic haulers, as the waste that Chobani is bringing us is easier for the plant to digest. At the water treatment plant, a corrosion control study is underway. This study monitors water coming out of the plant and allows us to adjust the chemicals to prevent corrosion. This study is done in conjunction with the Department of Health. As far as resolutions on tonight's agenda, we have a resolution to extend the date that we'll be accepting transfer station punch cards for a refund. And we also have a resolution to authorize surplus of some equipment in the water and sewer department. Lastly, in July, we had a paper shredding and electronic recycling event, always a very popular event. And we did fill an entire truck with shredded paper and an entire roll-off with electronic waste, printers, cameras, TVs, items that wouldn't normally be disposed in the regular trash. Our next meeting of the Water, Sewer, and Engineering Committee will be 1 week from Thursday, September 4th at 4:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Moskowitz. I just have a handful of things to touch on. The first thing is budget. We're getting into budget season, and I've added to the comptroller section of the website a list of dates that would be relevant to those interested in taking part in budget presentations and budget hearings. Last meeting, we had a resident who mentioned the desire for the financial statements and the audit reports to be posted on the town website. So we created a section in there. We have the last 3 years in there. And as soon as 2024 is completed, we'll make sure to add it to the website as well. We mentioned the Raftellus meeting. We have a consultant who's coming in person, and he'll be here to present, not only present, but to answer questions and to kind of talk through the information that he's presenting on. I want to make sure that I set expectations here. We won't have any hard and fast rates. In fact, we'll have a lot of options. And I think I'm hoping that we'll get a lot of people coming in and getting some feedback about what they feel would be the best way to kind of spread this revenue requirement out in different groups of residences and commercial units. I'm also having the following week on the 9th, yard waste and garbage meeting. So I've mentioned a few times about how expensive it is ongoing for yard waste. And I know that it, having a separate fee is not a popular thing, and we certainly don't want to have to charge it, but we do have to figure out how we can continue to maintain services with what we have. So I want to present to you all of the costs associated with yard waste. And in that, we had a group of residents that came in. They had it was a quasi petition of sorts, but it was a sort of list of names and addresses of people who are interested in reducing the number of garbage trucks that are, I think, every Friday, they're all there. And they're always there at the same time, which can get a little tricky, particularly in some of the streets that are narrow. Not only that, it's wear and tear on our roads, and it's a lot of pollution running through. So there's a lot of benefits to kind of funneling down the number of garbage entities that operate in Niskuna, but we have to find a kind of legal way to do it in a way that's everybody's comfortable with. So I feel like we can have a conversation about yard waste and about garbage haulers at the same time and see if we can't come up with a plan moving forward that will be a little bit better for our residents. This is going to be at 5:30 on the 9th, just before our finance committee meeting. We also, as a kind of update, I mentioned this last time, but I think we're going to end up doing a ribbon cutting of sorts with the Canal Corp and New York Power Authority. They've done a lot of work to the Lock 7 boat launch. They've got a section for kayaks, a section for bigger boats. They've done a really amazing job of making it look so much better than it did before. They've been wonderful to work with. It's been at very minimal involvement of the town. So it's nice to have an organization that came in and kind of provided this this update for us without any cost to us. So more to come on that. I think we're looking at the 12th at 10 a.m. So if you're interested, head on down there to take a look or come on the 12th if you're interested. Some updates on grants. We had an ongoing grant for River Road, and I know I've heard from a few residents sort of wondering where we are with things with River Road Park. We're at a point right now where the next and final part of that project is going to be the bathrooms. We're going to be stopping at the bathrooms because if we have bathrooms, we can rent the pavilion, which means we're generating income on that section of the property. We won't be moving forward at this time with the splash pad, and those monies are going to be fed back into parks projects that are a little overdue and I think will provide a lot more value to the residents. So as soon as we know how much the bathrooms are going to cost us, then we'll have a better idea about what we're able to do. But some of the things that we've been looking at, are kind of, I talked about this before, replacing the fountain at Memorial Park, refreshing those bathroom doors in front of the Blatnick Park bathrooms in front of the splash pad that are kind of, wearing away. They're just older. And we have some drainage problems. If you have kids or grandkids that play rec baseball, and you were there in the early spring, you were stepping in gunk. I mean, granted, it was really wet, but it's just sort of the way the land forms. It's a tricky spot for drainage. And so if we have enough funds, we'd like to try to address that, at least for our rec programs, to make sure, you don't have to wear galoshes at every game that you go to. We also have submitted to Ways and Means. Last year, Phil Steck had given the town a sum of money to do some revamping to what we're calling the Mohawk Preserve. It's the John Brown trails that are there. It was the state land that was conveyed to the town. So we have a proposal in with Ways and Means to provide infrastructure that will allow volunteers to help us to maintain that area so that it doesn't become a kind of overwhelming burden on our parks department. So we're using the grant funds to buy equipment that the Friends of Niski Trails, they're absolutely awesome, great to work with. They came in with lots of ideas. So we'll have some equipment, we'll have a shed. We're going to create some better parking over there. Some of the bigger projects, obviously our parks team will be able to help with, but they're going to be, making sure the culverts are working properly, replacing bridges. And that will be a project that will form as soon as we know that Ways and Means is on board with everything that we submitted. So I'll keep you updated on that. You should have, if you paid for a second water meter, I don't know if you recall this, I think it was last month or the month before, we passed a resolution so that we could suspend the building permit fee of $75 for a second water meter, since we're recommending it if you do have outdoor irrigation. So if you paid for one in I think it was the last year, it was refunded to you, and we're suspending that second meter payment for a period of time moving forward, so that if you do want to opt into that, it's a little bit less expensive. I also had a resident reach out about the newsletter, the mini version of the newsletter that was in the Gazette. The concern they pointed out is they felt the picture next to my name was inappropriate. It really didn't occur to us that it would be construed this way. The written materials on there, if you've seen it, has nothing to do with the election, but I did reach out to the state election board. And I wanted to make sure that we weren't doing anything incorrect. And they told me after looking at the image that there was no issue, but since it is irritating some folks, I will make sure that there are no pictures of me moving forward. And then my most exciting news, I want to announce the appointment of my new confidential secretary. It's not in the packet because we appoint her separately, but she will be starting tomorrow. She is a longtime resident of Niskayuna. She has over 20 years in the corporate world working with state, local entities, school districts. She has experience in software, project management, research, analysis, and cross-functional team leadership. In addition to some of the clerical work and communication parts of the role, she'll be coming on to assist in other areas of attention that I've mentioned previously, particularly helping with FOIL requests once she gets trained in that manner, and helping with what she can for our town attorney, as we don't have a deputy attorney at this time. So any non-legal work that she might be able to help coordinate that is particularly attached to the supervisor, she'll be able to help with. She's got lots of experience in software and IT and efficient processes. And I'm very much looking forward to her coming in and buttoning some things up and helping us to get to where we want to be. So I'm very excited for her to get started. So with that, I'm going to open up privilege of the floor, and we ask again that you respect the policy that limits the comments to 3 minutes. And we're going to begin with those who signed up.
Natalie Tiberio.
Everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying their summer. I just want to go through certain things. First, I filed a FOIL on May 5th of 2025 for a complete financial statement and balance sheet, budget to actual, notes to the financials, and management discussions and analysis for 2024. I didn't receive a timely response. I did reach out to Michelle. She said she'd look into it, still had not received anything. So I had to go to COG for assistance, and they helped me file an appeal. I did receive a letter from the town of Niskayuna outside counsel, Robert House, who provided me with a little information, and supposedly the financials could not be provided to me because there is an internal audit by Bonadio Group. I was provided, however, the 2024 balance sheet, which I reviewed. I did see the letter from Robert Hess indicated that there are never notes to the financials and there are no M&D and A performed, which does not comply to state standards. So the town is not in compliance. So what I did is I put the numbers from the balance sheet into several AI programs to provide with a summary and an analysis, and I'd just like to go through it. Right now, the township of Niskayuna has 92% debt load. Liabilities are 92% of total assets, leaving very little cushion. The ratio is extremely high for a local government and signals severe financial stress. We have a very thin net position. Net position is assets minus liabilities, which is about 12.16 million, which is 8% of our assets. This is the equity of the township, and it's alarmingly small compared to the overall size. Debt to equity problem, the debt to equity ratio is 11.6 to 1, which means for every dollar of fund balance, there is $11 of debt. That level of leverage would be viewed as unsustainable in private finance and very concerning in public finance. Fiscal risk. With such a narrow margin, any unexpected expenses, we have 2 lawsuits, interest rate increases, drop in revenues could quickly push the township into a deficit. It suggests that the municipality may have structural budget issues, overspending being one of them. Implications for governance, limited ability to invest in infrastructure, services, or reserves, possible risks to credit rating, higher borrowing costs, or need for external audit, and oversight. Overall, the township is in a precarious financial position. Liabilities are consuming nearly all assets, and the fund balance is too thin to act as a healthy reserve. This kind of profile that often triggers calls for external audits, new financial controls, in some cases, state fiscal monitoring. Can somebody yield me their time? Alan? Thank you. Can you add 3 more minutes? Thank you. Okay, going on to the notes that were on the 2023 financials that was pulled by a resident. Reconciliation of certain account balances are not being performed by financial staff. In discussion and management, we also believe that ineffective communication between department creates a situation where financial staffs do not have relevant information. That's one thing. The other thing is the town does not comply with GSAB statement number 34, which is a requirement. Okay? The summary, basically, these are all the non-compliance issues that the town is dealing with. And it says, if a municipality in upstate New York fails to prepare notes and MD&A, it risks audit problems, non-compliance with state law, reduced transparency, possible state oversight, loss of public trust, and negative financial impacts. Now, I'm a taxpayer. You guys are the fiduciaries. You guys put your hand on the Bible. You guys pledged an oath to be our fiduciaries. This is atrocious. This took years. This took 18 years or more. Okay? And Aaron, I understand that you've only been here for a little while. What you should have done is you should have filed the paperwork with the state controller's office. And basically they have forms, and you should have done an analysis for 4 years and submitted it to them. And it's called the financial indicator calculations that encompass several fiscal years for the state controller's office for help. This should have been done. It hasn't been done. So there is some responsibility there, Aaron, for you and the controller. Okay, you both have some issues there. And just to say that I'm disappointed in our leadership is an understatement. These numbers speak volumes and show clearly how this board and supervisor are serving our residents. Please do not attempt to make light of this and tell me comfortable lies, because you know what? I only trust in numbers now. Unfortunately, you've lost my trust. I run a business. Supposedly, there's $1 million transaction that was found by accountants or I don't know who. I'd really like to see that. I'd like to see the paper trail of that because I'm very familiar with creative accounting. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalie.
My name's Mike again. I live on Consall Road. Town Board, please do something about the excessive speeding on Consall Road between 3450 and Buckingham Drive. This is my 12th. I'm not going to say 12th anymore. I'm going to say this is a year that I've come to you people requesting a response in writing to Mike and Diana Klett on 3554 Consall Road, Schenectady, New York, 12304. Now, my next issue is, I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican, but I'll tell you one thing, I got to give Mr. Stack one heck of a hands up. I went to him and he took the time to talk to me 3 times. One of the times, one of the people from Mr. Stack's office came to my house and saw exactly what I was talking about. I have come to you, I'll call you coach like I did before. At least 3 times when you took office and you said to me, let me get settled in and I'll talk to you. You haven't. I've asked you for almost a year to do something about this. You haven't. I asked Mr. Stack to do something about it, and within 2 months, Mr. Stack did what you people could have done 7 months ago. is gone to the county and requested things, but you didn't. And I want to say something to Mr. Moskowitz. I was walking down the road and I saw his Jeep come at me. He beeped his horn, waved his hand. He was doing the speed limit. And because he was doing the speed limit, 3 other cars behind him gave me leeway to walk down the road. I'm going to tell you this one more time. I'm disabled by the federal government. I'm disabled by the state. And I have a handicap that you people know about. When you tell me and you make light of me trying to cross the road and you think it's funny and you tell me, well, don't walk the road and don't cross the road, I don't think public safety is funny. I don't think it's hilarious at all. And I don't like being the butt of your jokes. You don't think I don't know people that work in this town that tell me stuff? Pull your heads out of your butts and start doing your damn jobs.
Thank you, Mr. Klett. Anyone else on the list?
Leslie Gold. I would like not to see one of the resolutions that's on tonight passed, because it includes removing any and all remaining features of what was the recycling and transfer station. I think the town really needs to take another look at that issue.
I'm sorry, Leslie, I missed what you said at the beginning. The what, removal of what?
Of any and all of the features that were part of the recycling and transfer station. I know Mr. Yetto can't wait to get everything done up and that out of there. He did admit to me that he really has no interest in running a recycling and transfer station. But I still think it's something the town should look at. If this really wants to be a green community, we need to do better than the single stream recycling, where most of what goes into the recycling bins doesn't get recycled because it gets contaminated. And you already know that the electronics recycling once a year isn't going to be enough. And it's now twice this year, but still. And I really think that's something that needs to be pursued. There are actually state grants available, not for the garbage issue, but for the recycling, because they know what I just said, that the single stream sourcing doesn't work well. There's also the option of doing what other communities have done and looking for community partners. Maybe opening up the recycling to people who work in town but don't necessarily live in town. Maybe one or more of the corporations, we've got some big ones, maybe they would like to help make that feature available to their employees. And maybe we can make the earth a little bit better, a little safer. I get very concerned because a large amount of recyclables, primarily the paper and cartons, and other cardboard, it gets contaminated by any liquid because they have no way of telling if that's a flammable liquid or not. So it goes to garbage, not recyclable. And I just think we need to take better care of our planet. We've only got the one. And I would like to add my kudos to the highway department, who worked very diligently trying to make sure that when my road was repaved, the catch basins would actually catch the runoff. And the last street, I didn't do the whole street, I did the top street and all but one, and I'm not sure it ever worked right, but all but one of the catch basins is in fact working properly now. So thank you.
Great, thank you, Leslie. Anyone else?
Hi, good evening, everyone. John Rickard, proud resident in District 16. I've come to you the last 2 meetings to request more transparency with regard to the financial data. And I guess I want to tip my hat to Natalie Tiberio because she answered a lot of my questions in about 6 minutes of time of things that I've been looking for more information on. Now, I did check the website And I did see that there was some additions to the website in terms of information. But I really want to encourage you to use that website to communicate with the residents. Natalie's not the only one. Residents are asking me these type of questions about our current position. Where can I find out where the town's current financial position exists? I can't find it on the website. I said, well, let me find out. So I would encourage you, use that website as much as you can. And you heard tonight about the assets and liabilities. I mentioned to you 2 times ago, take a look at that operational audit, not the audit that municipalities are required to do. I get that and understand that and appreciate that that's on the website. An operational audit will help you determine the asset versus liability picture. And if the numbers we heard tonight are accurate, we got to get a hold of this right away. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else on the list?
Good evening, Linda Rizzo, 2229 Fairlawn Parkway. What I'm going to say tonight falls really into the categories that 2 of our residents discussed, actually 3, including Mr. Rickard. According to various government policy institutes, there are major signs that your local government is transparent and values transparency. One sign focuses on FOILs. Transparent government freely gives their taxpayers information without them foiling it, except for contract negotiations, litigations, and personnel matters. Also, the town government doesn't follow the letter of the law with regard to foiling material that can be given without the need to foil and does not make them wait 30 days for information that clearly falls under the Freedom of Information law. The other major sign that government is transparent is local government support to hear from their taxpayers at meetings. And the administration is available to meet with residents, answers their phone calls, and would rather answer phone calls and speak to them personally than doing it through an impersonal email. They do not deter taxpayers' ability to express their concerns at board meetings in an arbitrary and capricious manner, such as the 3-minute limit. The Daily Gazette editorial board had an editorial on Saratoga Springs, eliminating their 3-minute limit and replacing it with a 5-minute limit instead. They also had a previous editorial, I think they had a few, pertaining to Niskayuna's transparency and their 3-minute limit. Did anything change? No, not in Niskayuna. I applaud the editorial board for caring about the Sunshine Law and the Freedom of Information Law, even if Niskayuna has previously and currently ignored the matter. I guess I would have to say, if I put on my professorial hat, I would have to give you a grade of F in the area of transparency. My last comment is relevant to what Aaron said regarding the picture in the Gazette. I was the resident who sent the email regarding that. I didn't even know it was in the paper. Several residents contacted me and shared the photo. Yes, I do agree that it's perfectly right to list meetings in the paper. Nothing wrong with that. But when it's an election year and you put your picture in the paper with a letter, that's free advertisement, and the town is paying for it, and the taxpayers are paying for it. Now, if someone wants to do that and pay out of their own pocket, or their campaign wants to do it, I have no problem. Again, this falls under the area of transparency, and I think that's important. And again, I think all the things I pointed out, making people foil, things that should not have to be foiled. In fact, I asked a question 2 months ago, why the Water and Sewer Committee meeting was not posted. A simple question. I sent 2 emails to the chair, Mr. Moskowitz. What did I get back? Bloviations. That's all. No statement. It took the town attorney to answer me that the reason they weren't posted, which was the violation of the Sunshine Law, was because there were new employees. That is information that should just freely have been given out at the board table. And if you can't answer something so simple, how can we believe anything else you say with regard to transparency? Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Anyone else?
Evening. Haney Santana, 815 Trottingham. One of the things I wanted to touch on is something that, can you hear me now? Okay. One of the things I wanted to touch base on was something that you said concerning the, yard waste. Let me tell you, I put my yard waste out, they're in bags, they're in the bins, and they don't get picked up. I have a tree that fell because of a storm. We cut it up, put it out, and it sat there for 7 weeks, Erin. 7 weeks. I know the town has a wood chipper. I've seen it, and nothing's done. So this is something that I do expect the town to do, is to pick up yard waste. As for the garbage collection, my suggestion would be is the town take it over. Why should we have to pay outside people? Why don't the town have pickup the way the city of Schenectady has it? Okay, why, and wouldn't that alleviate the quote, traffic? Okay, so that's something that the residents, is something that might be meaningful for us so that we don't have to be paying all these different companies, the additional fees. This is something that would be cost effective maybe for you guys to consider. Second thing I want to talk about was the water. I found on the EPA website, Niskayuna had a violation in the past quarter, October to December of 24, for lead and copper. And someone told me that someone's water was blue-green slime. And I mean, this is real serious stuff. I mean, do we have some type of contamination that we don't know about? Has there been studies? Have there been testing for these things? Is it going to go into the schools, where the kids are? So these are things that I was very shocked to see that the EPA had a violation listed for copper and for lead. I think that's very dangerous. It's very telling. And I just hope that that this can be investigated, whether it's testing to be done. The third thing I just want to touch on was something that I mentioned several months ago, and that was when Jason said that he was righting a wrong for these 4 police officers. I just like to know, because we foiled the letter that Puccinini wrote saying that the officers were not at fault. So I just want to know, sent from the town attorney, did you give Puccinini legal advice to go against the 2 court cases? What wrong is being righted? Nobody's answering that question. And I really would like to get an answer to that, because the taxpayers paid the bill. And if Puccinini didn't have any advice, I'd be surprised, but you never know. So I'd just like to know whether or not the town attorney gave her any legal advice in writing that letter, because the letter says it's a one-liner, they're not at fault. So I know I'm not a lawyer, and I know if there's 2 court cases against you, why would someone stand up and say, the courts are wrong and I'm right? Even though that'd be nice, but that doesn't really happen. So I'd just like to get an answer to that. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, with that, I'm going to close privilege of the floor and we're going to move on to resolutions. We're going to start with 2025-183 sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin. Will the clerk please read?
A resolution hiring additional employees in the town's Office of Community Programs.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? Good. Okay. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes on to 2025-184, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin.
A resolution authorizing the acceptance of grant monies for use in the Office of Community Programs.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? This is the 5,000 for the basketball hoop.
Basketball hoops, want to just thank the Community Foundation for their generosity. Always been great supporters of different.
Yeah, they were great. All right. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes on to 2025-185, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin.
A resolution authorizing the purchase of outdoor tables and benches for the use at Lions Park.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Great. Any discussion on this? I think we talked about it. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
On to 2025-186, sponsored by Councilmember Moskowitz.
A resolution amending resolution number 2025-113.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? This was the, extending the
Resolution to amend the date of which we accept transfer station punch cards fully unused for refund.
So the month of September will be the end of that. So
I think this is maybe the second time we've extended it.
I think so.
And we did discuss in committee that it would be fair to do it one last time, but I think definitely the last time, so we can get this wrapped up and put behind us. So one last time until September 30th.
Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Council.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes on to 2025-187, sponsored by Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
A resolution permanently appointing the town's senior network analyst.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? It's just procedural. He's been here a year already. All right. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes on to 2025-188, sponsored by Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
A resolution authorizing certain budgetary modifications and interfund transfer.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on any of these? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
McPartlin. Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes 2025-189, sponsored by Councilmember Brennan.
A resolution enacting proposed local law 5, 2025 to amend town code of the town of Niskuna to place restrictions on the possession and discharge of airsoft guns within the town.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion on this? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes 2025-190, sponsored by Councilmember Delarada.
A resolution appointing an individual to the alternate member of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? If anyone's listening out there, we still need more members if you're interested in the Zoning Board of Appeals. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian. 5 ayes.
Resolution passes on to 2025-191, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin.
A resolution accepting donations for the town's National Night Out event.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this?
Just want to thank all the organizations that help support that night.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes on to 2025-192, sponsored by Councilmember Brennan.
A resolution appointing a crossing guard.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second,
This is the same crossing guard. He was going to retire and Jordan convinced her to come back, thankfully. I think there was some messaging that went out to some of the Hillside parents, maybe, that there was a chance there wasn't going to be one. I believe she has committed through the end of the actual calendar year. But then we're looking into more long-term solutions that don't involve paying somebody to be out there. We've been working with the county. We've had a whole huge meeting, county school district and us to try to figure things out. So for now, she agreed to stay. So we're going to have her there and we're going to keep trying to come up with a more permanent solution. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes on to 2025-193,
A resolution,
sponsored by Councilmember Delarada, sorry.
a resolution appointing an individual to the Complete Streets Committee.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes on to 2025-194, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin.
A resolution appointing a clerk in the town's Office of Community Programs.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this?
I sort of said in my report, we're asking Courtney to do some more work and join the community's programs department.
Yes. She did such a great job on that
Yeah.
laid out, so we're good. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada. Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes on to 2025-195, sponsored by Councilmember Brennan.
A resolution appointing a permanent police officer.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second,
Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada. Councilmember McPartlin.
aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes 2025-196, sponsored by Councilmember Brennan.
A resolution authorizing the purchase of new body worn camera servers.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second,
Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada. Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes on to 2025-197, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin and Councilmember Moskowitz.
A resolution authorizing the disposition of certain town-owned surplus equipment.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? You got like $34,000, way more than we budgeted. Thank you, Ray. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes 2025-198, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin.
A resolution permanently appointing an executive secretary 1 in the Highway Department.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes on to 2025-199, sponsored by Councilmember Brennan.
A resolution authorizing the purchase of a traffic trailer for the Niskuna Police Department.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
second,
Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
Resolution passes 2025-200, sponsored by Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
A resolution setting the salary schedule for a confidential secretary.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
second,
Any discussion on this? All right. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes. On to 2025-201, sponsored by Councilmember McPartlin.
A resolution authorizing the acceptance of donations for the town senior center.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
This is just basically a donation from Trinity Health. Want to thank them for that. It helps to reduce the price of the tickets that our seniors pay for shows at Proctor. Some of them are on fixed income, so any donations that we get like this are very much appreciated to help out the seniors.
Nice. All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes 2025 by Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
A resolution authorizing the town to enter into a cooperative intermunicipal agreement with the Niskuna School District.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? I think we've been through it quite a bit, but
I'd like to say I will be abstaining from this vote. Some people are concerned that there's a conflict of interest for me because I'm a district social worker. I don't see it, none of the attorneys see it, and our ethics board did not see it. But if it makes things easier, I am going to just abstain. And to say I have nothing to gain from this MOU more than anyone else who lives in Niskuna. This is going to increase our safety and security for our children, our staff. It's going to increase relationships between our officers and our students and more coordination between our department and the administration at the district. So very excited for this resolution tonight, and I'll be abstaining, but it's not because I'm not really excited about it.
yeah. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Abstain.
Supervisor Cassidy Dorian.
Yes,
4 ayes.
the resolution passes. And with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Oh.
So they just. Because fast rules and you would say it in so.